All right, so I try to drop some lore news on you whenever I have enough of it built up, and then that way we can talk about all of it as a whole. Because a lot of this, little snippets of lore and background stories and whatnot, they're like very small snippets, and you can't really tell where the story is going to go until you get a few of them at a time. And well, that's what I did here. So in today's video, we're going to go over 3 different collectibles that I collected over the last 3 weeks. We're going to talk about them, listen to them, and then we'll learn some more about the division story. Like in today's video, we'll talk about how Birdie was recruited, how Calvin McManus and Aaron Keener were actually friends, and that Calvin McManus sent hunters to kill Keener. And we'll also talk about the turning point in which made Keener, the rogue agent that we know today. So I hope you enjoy. Here we go. A little lore update for us. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn. Don't forget to hit that like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And, well, let me know what you think in the comment section below. But we're going to talk about some more lore, some more backstory regarding the Division 2 and where it's leading to the DLC. Because we are still getting not only collectibles from the scouts, but we are also getting weekly descent comms. And that's what today's video is about. I do this every few weeks just to catch everyone up on the story of the division, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. This will be descent comm number 75 to 78. So I hope you enjoy. Now, to get these comms, you have to go to your projects and you have to complete the weekly descent project. Now, that will give you 1 collectible every week, and to get that collectible, all you have to do is going to the descent game mode and take out the Nemesis. All right? And here are our comms. Let's go ahead and get started because we have some juicy info here. I hope you are ready. All right, let me turn up my game volume. Ramp that sucker up so we can listen to it in nice clear. Boop-a-doo. There we go. All right, here we go. So number 75 is called Maral, right? Maral? Yeah, Maral McCarthy. And this is a conversation between her and Aaron Keener. Him recruiting her and talking about her with Bridget Douglas. There we go. Here we go.
This is a bad idea.
Theo's request.
You cannot make his pregnant girlfriend the social director of the settlement.
He wants to keep her safe.
Then move her to Hoskins Farm. You can't keep her safe at Ground Zero.
It's not Ground Zero.
As far as Cal is concerned, anywhere you are is Ground Zero.
He should have thought about that before he sent his hunters after me and my crew.
Man, you used to be friends.
We used to agree on what the world should look like.
You want the same thing, power. You just disagree on who should have it.
Isn't that every war in history?
Sure, but it's also just another pointless war where everyone sacrifices themselves for some random asshole pulling the strings from the safety of their bunker.
I can't really leave the bunker if I'm supposed to be dead.
You really didn't think this part through, did you?
As soon as Faye gets access to Ellis, we can move on to stage 2, and I can come out of hiding.
All right. So let's unpack that there. So McCarthy, that is the pregnant girlfriend of Theo Parnell. During Warlords of New York, he saved her, had Keener agree that he could take her along. They end up getting pregnant, and now he's trying to, put her in a position to where she can stay safe. And as a director of a settlement, sounds like a pretty good, safe, position to have. Now, some interesting things there to unpack is Calvin McManus and Aaron Keener used to be friends. Also, Calvin McManus sent hunters not only after him, but his rogue network. So we have, hunters versus rogue agents right there. That's pretty cool. Another thing is that this is clearly after the events of Warlords of New York because he says that he's supposed to be dead, he's in hiding, and he's trying to pull all of these strings together to start stage 2 of his operation. Now, with that being said, he's talking about Fei Lao and Ellis. Remember that was a part of the season 4 finale where Fei Lao actually kills Ellis and tries to blame it on us, making us rogue agents. We actually take her down, and we prevent all of that from happening to where we're not rogue agents. But come to find out that, now here in year 6, we technically are the rogue agents because we're teaming up with Aaron Keener to go up against Calvin McManus and Natalia. And technically, Calvin McManus is the head of the division as far as we know. Now, this was an interesting comm also, because it's showing that even after Warlords of New York, Keener and Viper, being Bridget Douglas, were still together. They were still, in talks. They were still pulling the strings behind the scenes. And this entire time, Bridget Douglas has been working with the Black Tusk and Natalia Sokolova, and also was in charge of building up whatever the Black Tusk has in Brooklyn. So there's a lot of interesting things there. They also talked about Hoskins Farm. Agent Hoskins has been in numerous Descent comms and Manhunt comms because she will be a part of the Brooklyn, I guess, base of ops, if you will. And she was there to set that up to hunt down Calvin McManus's hunters and his organizations over there in Brooklyn. So there's a lot of cool stuff in that one comm. Now, the next one is what I call the turning point. This is where it seems Keener gets a little more heartless, because at first it seems like he's actually doing the right thing. Here, check this out.
Keener, is Sarah okay?
Yes?
You don't sound so sure.
Her husband died. Her daughter died. I can't really expect her to be okay.
Are you okay?
Honestly, no.
Fireman thing?
No.
It wasn't your fault.
If we were here, maybe we could have saved them.
But you weren't. And it worked. We got Faye. We got the Rogue Network online. We have Schaefer on side. Your plan is working, and none of that would have happened if you didn't leave.
I know. You can't change the past. You can only hope to atone for the sins and build a better tomorrow.
Please tell me you didn't find religion.
Oh, God, no. Of course not. Just, the Morettis, they were the first people I truly saved. And I let them down. And Sarah, she just reminds me so much of Mac and my first wife. And my second wife.
You definitely have a type.
It's just seeing their family. It was like they were the family that I could have had. Yeah, that little girl, she's so smart and beautiful, and the world is a little bit darker without her in it. Yeah, Sarah, she says she's fine, but parents aren't supposed to outlive their children, and none of us know how to help her. None of us have kids. Yeah, not yet, at least. So it's just hollow platitudes and distractions with work.
Man, that one was deep. And that's what I mean by the turning point, is that's clearly the turning point for Keener, where he saw through the Morettis that, what he was doing was for a good cause. He was saving families. He was doing the right thing. He was, protecting. And with their deaths while he was gone, it kind of shows him the colder sides of war, because technically they are in war. And Viper, Bridget Douglas, was kind of telling Keener, like, yes, they died, and yes, that sucks, but if you look at, the overall picture, what's going on here, they've got Fei Lao, they've got Schaefer, they've got the Rogue Network set up, and they have everything going in for stage 2 of his rogue operations. But that clearly shook him to where at first it was, we're doing the right thing, we are, technically the division, and we are, staying, legitimate. And then after this, it kind of seems like things went a little darker. Pretty cool stuff. Now that was about the Morettis. All right, now here's the last one about recruiting Birdie. Here we go.
Birdie?
Bad idea.
She's brilliant.
Yeah, and she has no filter, has an asshole adopted brother. Nat loves her and would never lose tabs on her. Manny has her at the castle, but it's only a matter of time before Nat takes her back.
Fair enough. So, no Birdie and no Vic.
Fuck Vic, that guy's such a dick.
So this one was really quick, but it has a lot of information and it's kind of confusing about the timeline here. So Birdie is at the settlement already. And they talk about Vic, who's also at the castle settlement. So Birdie and Vic are both at the castle settlement. We save them during one of the previous seasons. I mean, what was it, like a year or two ago by now? And because of that, I'm confused because Viper was taken out during one of the earlier manhunts. So I'm trying to figure out how this is being set up because she's saying that Natalia's just going to take Birdie back, and then he says, "Okay, so no Birdie and no Vic," and he's trying to like figure out which people to trust within the Division network, right? So if he's trying to figure that out, what part of the timeline is this? Because it was seeming with the McCarthy that this was right after Warlords of New York. He's hiding. And then this one, it was right before season 4, right? So it's after Warlords of New York, but before season 4 finale. And then this one, it just seems Birdie was not introduced until the Recruiter season, which was a year ago. And I'm interested on how Bridget Douglas would be alive then. So somehow this is before the events of season 4 where we take her and Fei Lao out, right? So that part's a little confusing, but we do get a little word on Birdie and how Natalia knows that she's with Manny at the castle. Here, let's just listen to it again. It's really short.
Birdie?
Bad idea.
She's brilliant.
Yeah, and she has no filter, has an asshole adopted brother. Nat loves her and would never lose tabs on her. Manny has her at the castle, but it's only a matter of time before Nat takes her back.
Fair enough. So, no Birdie and no Vic.
Fuck Vic, that guy's such a dick.
Okay. Now we know that we saved Vic from Natalia, and that we also got Birdie from the Recruiter, who was also working for Natalia. Very interesting. So we're learning that there's a lot of people under Manny that are going to end up getting flipped to Natalia again. We're going to end up, I guess, losing the base of ops. It's what it seems, because Natalia is going to end up taking over, and a lot of people under Manny are going to flip, and it's going to catch him offside, right? Off guard. But it's seeming as if Keener's already going to know about all of this, and then I guess let us in on it. I'm not sure, but it's really cool, interesting. I like the story. I wish we had more of it, and I wish we had like some sort of like echoes. You know what I mean? Not just like these collectibles, but maybe like some echoes or something we can look at, some sort of visual representation, and not just 90 Descent comms to listen to. But that was number 75 to 78. Had everything to do with Keener and Bridget Douglas and them pulling the strings behind the scenes. But all right, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm going to keep getting all of these Descent comms, and I will report to you back whenever I have some more juicy information to give you. But that's it for me. Hope you have a great weekend. I am Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. And peace out.